Hi, my name is Wolf. Welcome back to another skill check tutorial video. In this video, we're going to go over the admin side, or the settings side of the plugin itself. You can go to your chat and then type in /skill check space admin. And we got debug and settings. We're going to go over debug first. This is just a high-level view of the last 5 sessions that you've done. You can click on each of the buttons and it shows you the kill log and then the session information, players, waves cleared, spawn information. You can also technically you can actually set the overworld's weather if you wish right away. It's just a quick way instead of like typing it out. You can also export any of these to a text file and it pops it into your world, not into into the plugins directory. And I'll give you a text file for all this information if you want to look at it for whatever reason. Not really necessary, but it's here. The big one, though, is the settings button. You click on settings. This is where, if you're the admin side of a server, you want to enable the permissions check. And this is where you would use, we use Lucky Perms on the server that we have. That way you can set your users up with the correct permissions. You can check the wiki for those specific, the specific terminology for those specific groups. The mob filter, and I go over the sections. That's enabling, disabling. If it's not disable it by default because you're going to be probably running this locally. But if you're running this on a server, you want to enable this. The mob filters. This is Hytale has a lot of other added mob roles that's not necessary for what this plugin's about. So we remove any ones that have the prefixes of like test, tame, temple, edible. Also the exact names of specific things. So statics, the empty role. So if you're missing something in particular or you want to get something removed, you can just add it to this list and these will automatically filter those particular roles if you wish. Same for the team mobs. This is set up for the session. You can set a default team mob to spawn in for those if you wish. The logging, this is all off by default. If you want to see, for some reason, within the console log, if you want to see mob versus player, damage, block protection, fall protection, allegiances. So this is like really just all a bunch of information that if you enable it, it should toggle on immediately, so no server restarts. So if you do like countdowns or death tracking, disconnections, you can actually turn all this stuff on or off. It's all off by default if you want to see more details. This session countdown. So the beginning of the match, there's a countdown of when the session actually starts. It's defaulted to 10 seconds. This just gives enough time for players to spawn in, and then once it's set, then it'll actually count down from that amount. There is the disconnect and reconnect grace period. So if a player in the middle of a match disconnects, they have 60 seconds as the default to reconnect to the match. And if they do not reconnect during that match, they'll be dropped from the session. So the session doesn't get hung up at any given point. Also, there is a specific owner for that also, so the owner can get disconnected and reconnect and the session can still start. So it's defaulted to 1 minute for a player to reconnect if they want to. You can change this to whatever you want. The tracking, so everything in the database is local. It is an H2 local file located in your mods folder for the plugin. It's an H2 database. And if you have per life damage, the damage tracking, it tracks all your stats for all the sessions that you do. If I exit out of this and actually go to play and go to view profile, you'll see all the PvP stats, all the mob stats, your last sessions. All this is recorded in that local database. Also, if you're on a server, you can actually click on public and you can actually see all the public profiles if you wish, if it's set up on the server. Also, same with the leaderboard. It gives you kills, deaths, best wave, all stat tracking. I'll go back to here. So by default, it's on H2. If you click on H2, it switches it over to MariaDB. So MariaDB is the other confirmed working and only one that we're going to be supporting for now. You type in the host name, the port, the database name, username, password, and all these wonderful stats that will actually route to the MariaDB and track all the database stuff there. It is confirmed 100% working. We tried that on our local dev server and it works fantastically. So all this is here. And when you save settings, you have to restart the server in order for the settings to take effect. So you have to restart if you do that. On this page also for the pending restores, if you view this, if there's an active session going, you'll see the player, the short UUID, what world they're in, the position, the inventory, the status, and when it was created. Just a good way to log as far as like if it's actually working. So when you create a session and before you get teleported to that instance, it saves your location, your inventory, so it tracks everything within the database itself. So that will just show you like what it is there. Also, if you want to clear any of the database information for whatever reason, you can just clear all stats and that'll completely wipe it. That, I believe, is everything as far as settings go. There is the config.json file. That information I will leave down in the description for the wiki. That's it. That's everything. That's the entire plugin. It should be all the videos. If there's anything that I'm missing or anything that you want me to go over, please leave a comment down below. Join the Discord. Have a conversation with us. See if there's any like feedback, features, things like that. Be awesome. And yeah, we're looking to expand this a little bit in the future. Probably have a little bit of extra features. But yeah, that should be it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in game.